So I'm at this awesome subdivision called Woodland Terrace Blvd, and we're gonna go right in there and check it out. Now, most neighborhoods in this area are gated, which is pretty awesome. Gives you a lot of privacy, and we're gonna pull this behind us. We can go in. Now, as I come in, you're gonna notice immediately there's two very distinct designs of homes. We have this one over here and this one over here. Now, I'm colorblind, so my descriptions may not be accurate, but we're gonna try to have as much fun as we can over here. A lot of these homes were built between 2006 to 2013, and based on how nice this community looks, you know, I gotta say I'm really proud of what the HOA has done here. Traditionally, I'm not a fan of them because they're really not fun to work with, you know, and yep, I said it. However, this particular HOA is actually really awesome. They cover a lot of stuff like roof replacement, grounds care. They do have a community pool, which we're gonna check out shortly. But apart from that, there's about 125, I think, to about 130 homes here. And currently there's literally no active listing in here, nothing. And I was trying to get to one, but the last one that was here got under contract within 19 days. And you know, that's a really cool thing to know about a community, is how fast homes get under contract and at what price. And based on the data, it showed that from 100% list price, most often properties get sold no lower than 98%, which is pretty awesome, because if you think about it, that really leaves not a lot of room for discounting. And if you are buying in a community, knowing how much a property is selling for, what the resale is very important. Now, currently in this particular neighborhood, homes are priced between $355,000 to about $410,000 on average. And the floor plans range from 3 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and about 15 to 1,800 square feet. Some may be slightly bigger, slightly smaller, but it's really refreshing to know how nicely it's designed. And I mean, the roads are really wide too. And that's a really cool thing, because if you're buying a home in a community, you want to make sure there's enough road space between you, the road, your parking, so it's not really congested. Now let's check out the pool over here and see what's happening. Oh, I guess today's not a good day for me to come here to the pool. It seems like the pool is closed, but we'll get a quick preview of it. So it does say residents only, and as a resident, you have a key to it. It's right over there. They do have changing rooms in here, which is nice, obviously. But on average, I think it's not even a 5-minute walk from the furthest home to the community pool, which is pretty nice. And there are car spots here, so you can drive from your home too and not worry about having to park your car. Personally, I'm a math guy, and what I really love is that the numbers in this community make a lot of sense for you to buy over here. And there is a community park, which is a less than 5-minute drive away from here. And here's the cool thing. The community park actually has a security guard with CCTVs and code locked bathrooms. So it's very well maintained, and if you're a resident of this particular community, you get access to it. We're gonna go there in a little bit and check out the spot so you can see how nice it looks. Now, the 3 most important things I would like you to consider when you're buying a home, whether it be primary residence or investment, are resale value, appreciation, and rentability. And this zip code is awesome for that. All 3 factors are hit very well, and based on the most recent market report, the median price of homes in this zip code is just a little under 500,000, and average days on market is just 47, which is pretty healthy on how the market's doing. Let's drive to the community park over here and we'll check that out as well and cover some more information here. So as we drive to the park nearby, I'm gonna dive into a little more data here. So based on the last 5 years, properties have appreciated over here on average about 7.9% per year. Now this is really strong, and the forecasted appreciation is about 4.7%. So in the next 5 years, that will be about 23.8%. Now the reason why that's important is because if you were to buy a $400,000 house today in this zip code, in the next 5 years, you would appreciate that by about $95,000. And that's not even including what you're going to add in your overall equity with paying your loan down. Here's what I mean. If you buy a property for $400,000 and put 5% down, that would be about $20,000. And your loan amount would be about $380,000. And let's just take an interest rate of 7% as an example. In the next 5 years, probably gonna have your balance paid down to $358,000. And with the equity of $95,000 that you're gonna gain in appreciation, your total property value is gonna be $495,000. And with that difference of $358 is gonna leave us with an equity of $137,000. So that's really strong. And if you're looking for a place to stay and you're gonna live there anyway, and in 5 years you can make almost $140,000, I think that's pretty sweet. And I'm gonna pull right in here and we're gonna cover more information. So now there's a couple of things you can do with all this money you're gonna make. You can cash in on the equity. And by the way, if you live in the house for at least 2 years, you can avoid paying something that's called capital gains tax, which is awesome. And if you wanna keep the home, for most primary home loans, you need to live in it for about at least 1 year before you can turn it into a rental. Now, a really cool way to leverage your success is by either doing a rate and term refinance so you can lower your monthly payment. And with rent appreciation between 4 to 5%, you'll have a really healthy cash flow. And if you need to pull out the cash from this house to buy your next one, then you can do a cash out refi, take out some of the equity, as long as the numbers work, of course. And even if you're just able to cover your mortgage payment with the rent, that's okay, because your goal is not to get rich on rent, it's to make sure that somebody else is paying for your asset as you buy your next property. Now, one really cool thing I like about the zip code is that homeowners make about 56% of the zip code. 33% are renters, and 11% are people who are renting but actually can buy. And this is important because you can easily rent your home in an area like that if you wanted to, with a strong demand for housing. And in this area with a lower percentage of renters, it's definitely a desirable area for families looking to get their foot in the zip code to become eligible to buy. So you're gonna hit all three factors I talked about: appreciation, resale, and rentability. And this is very important to consider before you put any kind of money into a property. Based on local demographics, most residents here range between 27 to 54, meaning there's a lot of young professionals and families, making it a great environment for kids. And there's a wide range of community parks. So I'm at one. We're gonna go in here and look at this one. I got here really quickly, as you saw in the video, while driving, but if you were to walk here from that community, it's probably about 5 to 7 minutes. The other cool thing that I really love about this area is that if you walk the other way, which we're gonna go later, you actually get to Walmart, which is less than a 5-minute walk from the subdivision. And there's a pizza place, there's a gas station, there's McDonald's, there's a bunch of cool stuff there. It's very important to make sure you're buying a home where amenities that you need are available, so it's not inconvenient and you're not living somewhere you have no access to anything at all. Overall, I would say it's a great neighborhood in East Orlando, definitely worth checking out. And of course, if you need specific information, you can always reach out and I can share market reports. But let's go around this park a little bit. As you can see, nice and clean. There's a little camera up there. Bathrooms are over there. As you see me driving out of the park, you'll see that it's a really nice driveway. It's really green, looks very clean, very peaceful. And in the evenings, you see a lot of people biking on the sides here and going for runs. So it's really cool. And there's a lot of little tiny lakes everywhere. So if you're into like bass fishing and stuff, definitely a great place to hang out at. And there's benches too, like that right there, and you can chill out, read a book or something, which is pretty nice. So this is back to Woodland Terrace, and we're gonna go the other way, which is right there, and then I'm gonna make a right from that road and I'll show you guys where I'll be at. We just made that right turn, and now we're gonna make another right just down the road there. And I'm doing that just so you can kind of see how convenient it really is, and you can get an idea of how far it really is, which is pretty much, it took me 12 seconds to get here. As I turn in here, you'll see the Walmart. I'm gonna quickly park the car and we'll walk out here and look at a couple more things. There's a Walmart right there, and as I turn around, there's a pet store, chiropractors, cleaners, great clips. There's a really cool Jamaican spot here, ice cream shop. There's a McDonald's right there. And actually, I've heard there's a really nice pizza place down here. It's called Mangia's, if I'm saying it right. It's just a little bit further down. There's a dentist here too. So I mean, this is pretty awesome. You literally live like 2 minutes away from almost everything you'll need if you're buying a home or moving in somewhere, renting, whatever you do. Because these are things you need on a daily basis. You gotta go to Walmart, Publix. By the way, I forgot to mention, Publix is about 10 minutes or 5 or 10 minutes down the road. Yeah, pretty sweet spot. So I would say, you know what, definitely come check this area out. It's called Woodland Terrace Blvd, and it's in Orlando, Florida. Zip code is 32828. And of course, if you need more information about this area, send me an email and I'll get back to you on that. And subscribe and like this video, because I'll be doing a lot more of these, and I'll see you on the next one.